is Tupac. You know, I never went to try to match other artists, and that was something he wanted. And that was something I was proud to do.
This right here is the Marion Suge Knight's interview.
It wasn't for the money. It wasn't for...
Courtesy of Black Entertainment Television, BET.
Me letting him know, I love what you're doing. I'm going to give you my all to make sure you...
This interview was aired before he goes back to prison in February of 1997. This was aired September 19th, 1996.
You can't say it's an East Coast, West Coast rivalry, number one. People will start to say
before he goes to court, that's long months before he goes to court in February of 97. I think it was February 28th, 1997. He went to court before he had to go to prison. Go back to prison for. But he went to before he goes back there for what? I don't know. He goes back to prison. He had to go back to court for the parole violation that stemmed from the casino incident, the September 7th, 1997 casino incident.
West Coast.
That's parole violation, yeah.
Because that's where we're from. And we got a death
row. That man violated his parole years ago. New York.
We have Craig Mack is down with us. Run DMC is down with us. The night at the club, Craig Mack performed, Run DMC performed. Not one West Coast rapper performed. So if it was so much of an East Coast, West Coast thing, they wouldn't be performing there.
How do you want Tupac to be memorialized?
Memorialization is the key. Let me go fix this shit. We'll go get back to this again.
How do you want him to be remembered?
Tupac is a man. He's not a weak person. So he don't want to be people to show him his love by tears and passing out. He wants people to be strong and stand up for him. And Tupac's a legend. Like I said, Tupac wasn't born. He was sent to us. I mean, he got the greatest mother in the world.
There's one piece of it. There's pieces of it that was left over from Ness interview. We got sent to the Thug Immortal documentary.
And he gave himself to the world. And Tupac will live forever. It's not a day that go by that in music, when music come on, and people won't think of Tupac.
Pieces of it.
It's not movies or nothing. I like to see, and we'll see Tupac be the legend that he is. We all learn from this. I often say that we learned how strong Black women is. I mean, that's been in my head lately a lot.
Why do you say that?
Because the mothers of death row were stronger than all of us.
This is the voice of Stephanie Frederic.
The mothers was calling Tupac's mother.
This is her voice.
Praying with her.
This is her voice. That's Stephanie Frederic. That's her voice.
On death row with their sons or daughters on the label. And they showed more heart.
It's the voice of Stephanie Frederic.
You know, they was like standing up. We're going to pray. You're going to be okay. And when he wasn't okay,
she saw her face on the camera.
Tupac mother was the first one to say,
she did show her face in 97.
When you have them more, I don't want nobody to wear black.
By interviewing,
I'm wearing white.
Interviewing
Tupac is going to a better place. He's free now. There's nothing nobody can do.
I was going to testify against
and I said that, I was like, yeah. Can't nobody arrest him.
Orlando.
Can't nobody try to put him down. Can't nobody fire shots at him.
Orlando T.V. Anderson.
He's in heaven in a better place.
One that got killed
at the end of May of
98.
I'm coming.
Co-wash incident.
Nobody going to leave here alive. And people die all the time. But it takes a real special person.
He went to court and
always be remembered. Tupac is
against that
on the level of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I mean, you see, they live forever. They got holidays. I mean, if we can't get a holiday around the world, at least we can get one in my neighborhood for Tupac. I mean, we'll just, we'll celebrate, his birthday every year with a block party. We'll block off the whole street. We'll party. We'll celebrate Tupac because that's a place and a heart that can't be replaced. And one of the things that's really important
This from Tupac. This from Tupac Facts.
People want to question his credibility as an artist. Well, no artist, no rapper, period, ever sell the type of records Tupac sold and will sell. And the ones who feel or felt that there was more talent than Tupac or better than Tupac, put out a double CD. They won't do it. The record company probably won't allow them to. The artists probably don't have the heart to. Because when I went to Tupac, I said, we got all these songs, let's do a double CD. Tupac, like, if you with it, I'm with it, let's do it. So, couldn't no other artists do that. They couldn't pull it off, no matter what other rapper out there. If they put out a double CD, their shit would flop. Tupac put out a double CD.
All eyes on me.
6
All
million
eyes on me, bro.
To sell.
All eyes on me.
And he was the most hardest worker and the best worker I ever seen in the studio in my whole entire life. He go in there and do one takes. He don't have to punch in. He don't have to write his rap over. He just make it happen. He just do what he do.
He did make it happen.
He did it, and it proves that he does it better than anybody.
George, please allow me 2 more.
Okay.
Future of Death Row and the new album.
Yes,
Mhm.
right.
This the voice
Mhm.
of Death Row Records,
Tell me about-
former
I
Death Row
understand
Records
Tupac has
publicist
that.
and director of
Tell
communications,
me about that.
George Price. George
It's called
Price.
Machiavelli.
His name's George Price.
And when,
The ex-Death Row Records publicist
Tupac
and
never
director of
album.
communications.
he called me and
That's
said,
his
look,
voice right there.
come to my house right now.
Whoa.
It's about 3 in the morning.
Pop will
Go to his house.
go kill and Phil with Suge
I
before
smoked
they
my
ever work on
cigar,
that Machiavelli
smoking
album.
the cigarette. He said, look. I
But
want
that
the
album got
coming.
released
Me on the
right
cross.
around the time when the Bullet movie came
So I
out.
feel I've been being crucified. I'm here to be crucified like Jesus. He said, I'm not clowning religion or nothing, but that's what I feel. And I told him, as
The
usual,
last album,
I handle
Machiavelli,
it for you. So I
the
called Whiskey.
the Don Illuminati, 7-Day Theory,
They done it.
Bullet, the movie.
And Machiavelli
That's one of his final movies that came
he
out.
feel better about that album
That got released.
than he do All Eyes on Me. He said, because I'm speaking so real. I'm coming all the way from my gut to my heart.
Suge talks about the Riddick Bowl,
how I
about the
feel.
Holyfield heavyweight boxing match.
He did just that.
Machiavelli.
Suge took Tupac to
Machiavelli.
in Vegas.
We have nicknames. And
There's Simon, there's
Tupac called
Machiavelli.
himself, and we call Tupac Machiavelli.
There's 2 names.
Tupac, and my people call me Simon.
The Simon
And
name.
that was our thing. Tupac never was like, he would never call me and be like, Suge, what you doing? He'd be like, Simon, what's up? Let's do it. I'd be like, Machiavelli, what's up?
Code names.
And Machiavelli was one of the greatest generals or war guys around. If you know the history of it, if you pick up the book, Tupac was very, very militant.
Talk to me a little bit about what's the future of Death Row now, in light of
Where's the future of it, man? What's the future of it?
Dre's departure and now
Why you smoking that big cigar, man?
untimely death.
I'm not saying anything.
This was out with this
Force trying to put
when the
Dre
source
down as a
source
person.
had a magazine cover with Suge sitting there
Dre's departure.
between two Rolls Royces and
Wasn't
smoking a
a
big ass
loss.
cigar.
2 reasons. And one of the reasons, it was the greatest thing in the world for me. I mean, if you have a multi-million-dollar company, maybe worth $1 billion or so, and you own it 100% and don't have a partner, and you didn't have to give him nothing but his walking papers, that's great.
It does happen.
So that was a negative. And Das and all the other little producers and Sass and all the ones we have, and they did the tracks. Dre wasn't doing the tracks, and Dre didn't write the lyrics, so that wasn't a loss. I mean, Dre didn't do California Love, basically. So that wasn't a loss at all. Tupac is a loss not for saying death row success, for is our heart, you know. But Tupac taught every artist something before he left. So death row is going to be even more successful. We're going to sell more records this year than people can ever dream of. And what Tupac gift was to artists on death row, work habits. He would go in and make songs like this. You had people around the studio saying, man, we got to get like Pac. Pac just go in there, kick him in, kick him out, kick him in, kick him out. And that's all they talk about. And exactly what they're doing. And the people is working so great. I mean, you got Danny Boy, who's an R&B guy who...
Oh, he's great.
Probably the greatest R&B guy in the world. He really looked up to Tupac. You got Miss Chalet, whose album done, who is great. You got Rage. You got the Dog Pound, which is Snoop's album.
Seriously,
Dog Pound
why
got a
ain't
new
Death
album
Row
now.
release Necessary
Yeah,
Roughness that
OTB,
Lady Rachel come out with?
6 Feet Deep, which is R&B. I'm going to say it, but I don't like saying it because a lot of people get on this bandwagon about how they're going to do rock and jazz and R&B. And I always like to
jazz music got very
I always
bad.
feel demonstrations better than conversation. But all the stuff that people talking about, we got done will be released.
Very badly.
And Death Row will definitely sell more records. We probably sell anywhere from 20 to 40, 50 million records this year.
That's a million.
And that's saying a lot.
That's million records.
So Death Row's going to survive.
Oh, Death Row is... See, there's two things you got to understand.
Kick him in, kick him out.
A lot of people care about the Hollywood stuff. A lot of people care about the fame. Death Row has the people. Without the people, you're nothing. There's people all over the world, and I got a lot of love for anybody who's listening, called in concerned for Tupac, for myself, for Death Row, and they was like, what could we do? We on our way. We there, we'll drive, we'll fly, we there, you know. So we got the support of the people. The people is more powerful than anything. If it's the president, you gotta, the people gotta vote.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have all people,
40,
that's
you just take me nearly almost like 40 minutes.
God won't let Death Row fail. The people won't let Death Row fail. So Death Row and much as Death Row meant to Tupac, I wouldn't even let it fail. Also, Tupac had a conversation with me, and he said, how do you feel I should be in the future? What you like to see from me? And if anything I told him, he would have followed it. Chain of command. That's how we was. I said, I want to see you have a record label. I'll just distribute it for you. You can have your own label, because I don't want you to be 35 years old, Pac rapping. He said, cool. So
back to the thing, please.
Label, which is the Outlaws. One is artists, the Outlaws, which they great. I mean, the young guys, the little homies, I love them like I love Pac. They're part of Pac, because Pac really spent a lot of time with them and groomed them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we got Storm. We got a lot of artists on this label that I got to make sure his label survive. One of the last things Pac gave me was his medallion.
Death Row chain.
Who's an ambulance.
Death Row Records chain.
They was cutting his shirt off to work on him. And Pac said, hold up, wait. Simon, keep my chain from me. He was like, I got too many diamonds, you know how Pac is. I got too many diamonds on his chain for letting one of these ambulance, one of these doctor people steal my chain. Keep it from me. And he said that, and I was on one bed, on the other.
That's a record company. It was started. Euthanasia.
Love you too, fool. You better get better, you know.
Euthanasia.
That's a relationship.
That chain that Tupac was wearing.
For is any negative people out there to be negative towards Tupac is you call yourself just shitting on the whole black race, because he stood up for the blackness. He stood up for the, you know, power. Not only did he stand up for the blackness, separate Tupac from a lot of black movement people. He wasn't racist. You know, he wasn't the type to say, you know, it's all about black, forget the whites. He wasn't that type. He respected white people and he loved white people. But he knew that we struggled so long as blacks that we have to keep on and work harder. You know, for us, the blacks, we needed more help. And that's what he gave. And he would give his life for that. He gave his life for that. That makes him a legend. That makes him real, real deep. I know that people speak on talent. People speak on death row. And Pac took death row so serious. He came to me and said, "Did you see Dr. Dre? That's not smart."
He ain't know.
He said, "Dre put out a record. East Coast Killer, West Coast Killer, which the record been out about 2 months now. It's not on the charts. You don't hear it on the radio station. The video is definitely not number one on BET."
You talk about July of '96.
He says, that's after
Like, Death Row. That's after Dr. Dre left.
Cool.
That's after
But
Dr.
Pac
Dre
was the
left.
type that
That's
3 in
like
the
July
morning,
'96, I
4 in the
think.
morning, we ain't
That's a
together.
compilation album.
He finna get a hold of me. And vice
Aftermath
versa.
compilation
I know you
album.
ain't sleep. Let's get up right now. Let's go in.
But what was it
Come to
about
my
him?
house. Let's go. Huh?
What was it about him?
It's really hard to describe. You know, it was joy. You know, you can have everybody go through it. You can have a long day at the office, a long
You got the
day
dumbass voice
at the
assistant trying to
studio,
interrupt.
whatever the
interview.
case may be.
Drunk
you
ass
like
voice
drained.
assistants.
Might be pissed off. He finna hit you, call you on your
I feel like
phone,
muting
and make you laugh.
voice assistants.
You know, just be like, "Let's go do
Like,
this."
that's like JD's gonna do.
You might tell him, "Well,
with them
I'm
asshole
going home." He be like, "Well, I'm on
enemy
my way."
players on Call of Duty.
Which house you going to? Because he knew the houses, and I never thought about this till you just asked that question. Like, he had access to my houses, and I had access to his. I mean, he had keys to my house. You might go there one day and open the door. He already did parlay, you know, say that. Hey, what's up? So it was, you know, it was like that.
So you must have a heavy heart.
I mean, to have a dream taken away is a real disappointment to any person. You know, that's the most important thing to me. It's like, you know, you go through life and you got a lot of money, you got the material things, you know, you got your family, you got your business, and, you know, you love the people that work for you. You love your artists. And, you know, you feel it's complete, but there's something you missing. You know, some people say, okay, I made it. I made money now. I'm considered rich now. I'm successful now. But there's something missing. And all of a sudden, a person like Tupac walks in your life, and you're like, well, hey, that's what I was missing. You know, so it's real personal. It's real important. It's real important.
What's the last 10 days been like for you?
I don't even know. It's been 10 days. The last 10 days been real spiritual for me. You know, because you go to the point where you want to be with the people you love, but you want to spend some time by yourself. Me, cigar, Pac, you know, and you often have a go into a thought of, you know, of talking to God. And, you know, when I call myself speaking to God or asking questions saying, well, while he's gone, you gotta also thank him at the same time. I mean, it could have been a part of my life that I never, ever got to experience. It could have been, he could have never gotten to my life. I mean, when he called me and I went to go visit him in jail, he could have passed in jail before.
Oh, that was like September. That was September of '95.
To me, if it was 11 months, it seemed like 50 years.
That's all prior to
it was nonstop.
to the the club, the
Greatest Jordan
Atlanta
hated.
nightclub shit.
Pac would tell you, he wouldn't sugarcoat it. He would tell you the truth. Like the first time, which it was things I didn't even know. The first time he ever been to a basketball game in his whole entire life,
birthday party.
I took him. And it was the Lakers
Atlanta
playing the
nightclub,
Bulls.
And
you know, we had our floor seats around the floor, you know, with the food, cracking jokes, talking about the players, riding on the head, talking about this person.
And they ultimately dies
big thing about
on
it.
Bible.
So after the game, he'll grab me and be hugging me and say, man, I had so much fun.
Jake Robles, that could be Suge's friend.
This is the first time I ever been to a basketball game. So you look back and go, man.
This is after Suge came out the hospital. He got that stitch on the side of his head.
Nice.
That came from the bullet. That came from the bullet wound. That came from the 45 caliber bullet wound or a piece of flying glass.
And I think we had more fun hitting each other, shaking each other, laughing, and people probably had more fun watching us than the fight. So it was an honor to me to be able to have a little brother like that, to show him stuff that I didn't have nobody to show me. You know,
he was more than an artist.
Definitely more than an artist. I mean, you know, if you lose an artist, you're like, okay, you feel it, and you say, wow, you know, the artist is no longer here, I lost the artist. And you think about business. When you lose a best friend or little brother, that's something you can't replace. Can't nobody walk up to me and say, you know what, I'm gonna take Tupac's place. I tell them they out their mind, you know, you can't take Tupac's place, you know, Pac is Pac. Force that space in my heart that I have for Pac can't be replaced.
I don't think people knew that.
What I liked about him is that our relationship, we didn't do our relationship for the people. We didn't go and say, look, we had to fight. Look, with this club, or we doing this. We did it for me and him. We would go in there and have fun, and we was real deep on a lot of stuff. I mean, real deep.
Oh, it's a cigar, man.
We used to have conversations. And I say, you know what? I work hard at what I do. You work hard at what you do. We're a perfect team. And if something happened to go wrong and I'm not there, you know, you got to pick up the pace and make it happen. Tupac to me was insurance for me. What I mean by that, because people at death row, the community, and fans depend on me to make sure records good or toys be given away on Christmas, turkeys on Thanksgiving, and opening doors for other entrepreneurs, especially black. One thing you got to realize is we black men, so our job is try to open doors for other black people. And I felt that, well, you know, something can happen to me. Anything. You know, you never know. And I used to tell him, I felt good about it. I said, look, if something go wrong, you got to step up to bat. You got to run this company. You got to do this. You got to be there. And he used to be like, well, you've been doing a great job, and that's how he is. He was like, type of like, I'll do it. I won't let you down. You know, he was, I don't know if I'm doing, but I'll make it happen. And he was, I said, he was my spokesperson.
But did you ever think?
Okay, 69mega.com.
No, you know, never thought that.
Okay, 69mega.com. Quit spamming my chat. Quit spamming my chat, 69mega.com.
You say you've been very spiritual the last 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share some of your thoughts?
I'm going to erase you.
There's no
Don't
negative
make me remove
thoughts.
you. Come on.
It's just thoughts that you thank God for that
I'm
person.
Delete all
in
these
your life.
messages. Don't make me fucking get.
You wonder why that person, you know, is out your life.
Seriously. All your
And
messages need to be all these others.
you know,
I
when a
don't
person
know none of
hurt,
these people.
you say stuff like, God, if he'll be all right, you can have
Whoever sent
money,
these shits,
you can have the cars, you can have whatever, the material
whenever
things, you can
I'm
have my
moving,
business.
it's
You know, I
69.
wouldn't start all over and be homeless for him to be okay. I would, you don't give up anything. It got so deep to a point where you would give your life. And I would have gave my life.
Seriously,
I mean,
it's not mega. Don't be
if I
doing
could have walked
don't
in
be
and somebody said, you know what, you got one choice.
69mega.com.
You
Don't
switch
be in my
places.
shit, man.
I would have did it.
You would have taken those bullets.
Yeah, of course I would have taken the bullets. When I heard the shots being fired, Pac stood up to try to get in the back seat to get out the way of the shots.
69mega.com.
That's
Why
how he
y'all
got
keep
shot
on
in his
talking
hip,
about my shit, man?
which hit one of the bones, the doctor said, and traveled to hit his lung. When he stood up, I grabbed him and said, get down, and covered him. When I pulled him down, that's when I got shot in my head.
These people at the
There's
dating
not one
apps.
thought that, you know, say, well, maybe I shouldn't have tried to do that or anything like that.
I'm ready to kick these.
I'd
I'm
have
ready to
took
kick,
every last one of them.
that dating app
And
out.
if I'd have gave my life for
I'm
him,
gonna kick these. I'm gonna kick that 69mega.com
And
apps the fuck about.
I know he
out of
would
my
appreciate it, and he would represent me, and he would represent Death Row.
I'm killing
One thing about Pac, he
69mega.com chats.
Probably love Death Row more than me.
69mega.com.
That's saying a lot.
You're not allowed in my chat.
On every interview, he talked about Death Row. He took this chain right here. He probably made this the most popular item in the world. I mean, he took it and he flashed it on all eyes on me.
Fucking
He
troll
flashed it all the
ass
time.
69mega.com. They trolling my.
It
They
was the
trolling
proudest thing he
spamming
can
my
be
fucking
involved
chat.
in.
Hate that.
He was Pac come from a real deep background for us, the Panther Party. And Pac used to say, me and you and Death Row, we like the Panthers Party, but we're not going around there saying black power this, black power that. We actually doing stuff. You know, we feed people, we giving jobs, we giving hope. You know, that's why I don't understand a black person. I can't see how a black person have a negative towards Tupac or negative towards Death Row, because if Pac didn't make it,
this will get rid of fucking trolls.
That closed a lot of doors in other black artists' face. If Death Row doesn't survive, that closed doors in a lot of other black companies who try to make it. I'm talking about the real black companies that own their own, not the ones who it's a Trojan horse where they don't make the decisions, they don't call the shots, and they don't write the checks. That's different.
Let me ask you something. You were hit as well in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing okay today? I can see you're injured.
I got a bullet still in my head.
The bullet's still in your head?
Yes. The doctor told me that they did brain scans, all kind of stuff, and it went in, it cracked my cranium, and it stayed there. They said there'd be more chances for damage to try to take it out than sew it up. I was hit there, I was grazed some other places. I got a deep slash of a bullet grazed the back of my neck, which if it had went another inch, it'd hit my spine and paralyzed me all the way down. But for the incident, Pac saved my life also. Reason why I say he saved my life, because the average person gets shot in the head, the first thing you think is, damn, I'm about to die. You know, a headshot is different. And there was blood coming everywhere. And my concern was him. I said, you hit? He said, I'm hit. So I said, I'm gonna get you to a hospital right now. So I'm driving like a madman, trying to, get help to help him. And the first thing he said, laughingly, jokingly, loudly, is, I need the hospital. You the one shot in the head. Don't you think you need a hospital?
You mean you guys were laughing?
We had conversations and jokes after all this took place. And I think that kept him there, and it definitely kept me there, because when you got two people as tight as we are, and it's concerned, see, my thoughts wasn't, is Suge okay? My thoughts was, is Pac okay? And for the conversation he told me, is his thoughts wasn't, was Pac okay, it was I okay. Because he keep telling me, I don't want to need to get to the doctor. So that's real, real deep, that I don't think it's probably too many people around will do that type of stuff.
Suge, do you wonder how you were able to survive and why you survived? It's like you said, most people get hit in the head.
I think God was ready for me to stay here. It wasn't my time to leave.
69mega.com. God damn you. Fuck. Get out of my chat.
For me to go. Maybe Pac did more good to me. Maybe Pac's job was done. Maybe I felt Pac was sent to us. He wasn't
threatening to remove your ass.
Brought to us. I felt that God sent Pac to the earth to do certain things.
Please, 69mega.
He done. He represented us, not only me, people in general. And he probably did so much good and made so many things happen that
these people do not.
It was time for him to make
69mega.com people did not want to respect my fucking time.
Maybe I got a lot of more stuff to do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not God. I'm not trying to be God. In a way, when you have pain in your heart, you feel like, shit, let me go with my homie. And then we lose. But by me still being here, Pac's gonna live forever. Because I'm gonna see that I'm fulfill every wish, every dream that he wanted to happen, that he wanted to see happen before he left here. And I know Pac's mother is the greatest woman in the world, which I call her my mother, and he called my mama his mother, and we do often, brotherly things to see who gonna do something for them better than the other. We compete like that. So it's gonna be a long life ahead of me, a long road, because it's not gonna be a day that I don't think about him. It's not gonna be a day I don't miss him. So I put his name on my body, on my arm, which is, like
two. I hope the 69mega people go the fuck away, man.
Left.
Show it to us later?
Yeah.
What, how do you think? Let me change gears here. I know I can't ask you much about what happened.
They're trying to, the 69mega keep fucking going in my motherfucking chat, man. I'm going to threaten to end the stream.
Why do you think?
I'm glad to erase them.
Whoever it was unloaded on you guys like that.
But I gotta keep myself recorded, because this ain't about me anymore. This is about that man over there. That's about that man right there, Marion Suge Knight.
You got two powerful, positive black men, and anytime you're doing a lot of good, people want to bring the good down always, and you never know. You never know what the person's motive was. You never. I know whoever it is, they regretting it.
Motherfuckers kept spamming my chat.
The conscious, the unknown. I think it was just confusing for the world to see Pac go that way. I know a lot of people try to. I don't know Vanessa Williams, but I heard they interviewed her. I don't know if it was the news, and she stated that they asked her how did she feel about Tupac.
So kicking out the spam.
Yeah, she said you reap what you sow.
Trolls, you know what I mean?
And to me, for a woman to say something like that, a black woman
Oh,
who the black community still by her when she was Miss America and she was known as a hoe and had nude pictures everywhere. We didn't turn our back on her.
Right.
We still bought our records. We bought our records to make her get back in the game and allow her to get back into being an actress. And that's real negative. Even though if it might be facts, we don't go and say nothing negative about her and say, okay, bam, she having sex with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which the world knows. You know what I'm saying? There's no puzzle. And we don't say nothing like that because we always be so positive. And people felt that Tupac or myself attacked people. Pac only attacked the people who wasn't right with the community. That's how he really felt. If it was a rapper who was fake and they were only doing it for the money, Pac attacked him. If it was a rapper that messed with guys and go both ways, Pac didn't feel that was good. Because Pac felt he was real serious about the music. So if you're a producer or you rap,
the fucking
and
spam
regardless you
on
married
the
or not,
commercial.
and you got a boyfriend that works for you, a real boyfriend who used to be a
I
dancer,
report that to you too.
Pac was studied all the facts. Pac was real smart.
The asshole 69
So before he say something, he'll go and do
I
his
hope the
homework.
69 mega that
He say,
get
okay,
the
this
fuck
guy
up
right
off my
here,
chat.
they say he gay, he go both ways. I'm not gonna put it out there on him yet. But I'm gonna do my
I'm
research.
just more
If it's true,
it's Joey
the world
Rasmus.
should know. Because this guy might be around one of those little kids one day
69 mega
and mess
assholes.
around with him.
69 mega assholes.
So I'm gonna do it to actually
make their appearance in my chat.
save
I
him
hope
from
these
molesting a little
assholes
child.
69 mega can
That's
get
why
the
Pac
fuck out.
attacked certain rappers and said they gay. Because he did his facts and found out it was true.
Imagine you have to say that to put it in some music.
I'm turning
I imagine you have to know to put it in some music.
You have to
Just
know.
like Joey
I mean,
Pac wouldn't
Pac wouldn't attack anybody who was
in my
real.
chat. I'm kicking
motherfuckers
off my chat.
Pac was a man with a lot of respect.
Kicking out.
He did on Machiavelli album. He talks about Nas. Sort of bad.
The top of live chat is made for me to say something.
He met Nas. He went to.
I got a chat that's publicly for me.
That
was for Jay.
I said, "Whoa, I want no
that chat public thing. That was reserved for me to be on
a conversation.
To be on the chat of Joey the Rasmus, who was a friend of mine and a fellow subscriber.
Make a difference.
The dude's a fellow subscriber. As a dude I subscribe, and he's completely a friend of mine.
When we get to the studio, all the negative stuff I said about Nas, I'm gonna take him out and put somebody else in who deserved that. But I'm not gonna say that about Nas because I broke bread with him. And I gave him my word.
I want to do it publicly. Just for sake of my friend.
We can't change stuff now because Pac not here to do it. So it gotta be left in there. So Nas need to know that Pac was definitely finna change for him. So he could take it one way or the other, you know. But, you know, at least the guy was a man enough to was gonna do it.
All right.
Oh, that's the end. Okay, man, that's the end. They ain't the interview is already finished up now. That's it for the September 1996 interview with Suge Knight and Stephanie Frederic. See you on the 27th.